Hi, my name's Rose, and today I wanted to show you my favorite recipe for molasses cookies. Let's start with the ingredients. Okay, the first thing we have is 1.5 cups of vegetable shortening. We have 2 cups of brown sugar, 2 eggs, and 1/2 cup of molasses. We have 4.5 cups of flour. I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of salt, 4 teaspoons of baking soda. I'm going to use 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 2 teaspoons of ginger, and 1 teaspoon of cloves. I also have about 1/4 cup of sugar that I'm going to roll the cookies in. First I have the 1.5 cup shortening. I'm going to put the 2 cups of brown sugar, the 2 eggs, and 1/2 cup of molasses. Okay, now I'm going to blend that until it's well mixed. Okay, now I'm going to add the dry ingredients. Okay, the first thing we're going to add the dry ingredients is the 4.5 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, just put your spices right on top of your flour because that's where you're going to mix everything with your fork. 4 teaspoons of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 2 teaspoons of ginger, and 1 teaspoon of cloves. There, I have all my dry ingredients just right on top of my wet ingredients, and just mix it with the fork. This eliminates the need for mixing it in a separate bowl. I usually just plop the flour in here from my flour container. Today I had a extra bowl because I wanted to show you all the ingredients. But this is all you need to do whenever you make cookies. Okay, now I'm going to blend this real good. Okay, this is a very stiff dough, so it should look like this when you're done blending it. And my spatula, and get it into one ball. That way your dough doesn't dry out. Now if your dough is turns out dry because of the flour that you have or whatever, then you'll just add a little bit of water if you need to. I didn't need to, but just in case, just add a little water to make it so it'll form a ball. You want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees, and they're going to bake about between 12 and 15 minutes. So first I'm going to roll them into balls and then roll them in sugar. You just want to grab about this much because you're going to make them about 1 inch or 1.5 inches wide. I like ours a little bigger, so I just roll them and then roll them again, just a little in the sugar, and place them 2 inches apart. Just squeeze them a little, roll them a little, dip them in the sugar, and 2 inches apart. If you don't feel like rolling them, then you could just take a glob, just press your finger in it, and dip them in the sugar, and there you go. Also, I did grease the pan. I oiled it with canola cooking spray. I made 2 sheets of cookie sheets full, and I have this much left over. I can make a third sheet. So altogether it'll make 3 sheets because I doubled the recipe. And what I like to do is I like to form this into a roll and freeze it. Okay, you just want to form this into a roll or into a log. Okay, and then I just roll it up and place it in a freezer bag. Or you can double up on just regular baggies if you like. Now, after you take this out of your freezer, and while it's still thawing, you can slice it up into like 1/2-inch slices, and then you can dip those in sugar and place them on your cookie sheet and bake at 350 degrees for 12 to 15 minutes. And this is what they turn out to look like. The cookies are done, they're still warm, and they smell delicious. There's already some missing, not from me, from one of my sons. So that's good. They really enjoy these cookies. So I hope this has helped you. Thanks for watching.